Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an awesome Tuesday. It is gorgeous here in South Georgia. So, today, I know I've been telling some of you about some changes I've been making. So, there's a new website coming talking about the Maker's directions. So, God has left us with a bunch of stuff that we should do, but sometimes we don't always do it. So, I wanted to just read this quick passage. And I titled this Be Anxious for Nothing and Think These Things just because um, it's really true. It's a lot easier said than done, though. Believe me, I know. I'm not going to say anything that I haven't already tried and still struggle with. And struggling doesn't mean you're losing, it just means you're working on it. Okay, so this is coming out of Philippians 4, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. If most of you know how to get to Philippians 4 in the Bible. If you don't, let me know, and I will send you a link for that. Um, okay, so Philippians 4, and it starts with 6. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ, or Christ Jesus, excuse me. Meditate on these things. Okay, so the first two actually, 6 and 7, be anxious for nothing. I don't know about you, but I find that tougher. I be anxious for nothing. Wow. Especially when you let yourself really drill down on something like I do. The anxiety can really get to you. And so when that happens, it's hard to pull yourself out, right? So what does it tell you to do about it? Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report. If there is any virtue and anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. In other words, focus on the good, okay? Because if you keep focusing on the negative, it's just going to make you worse. The things which you learned and received and heard, saw in me, these do, and the God of peace will be with you. Peace does come. You can work on it, but I'm going to tell you right now, I find it a struggle. And I think a lot of other people do as well. For one thing, sometimes we have not got much hope. We have not had much faith. And I can tell you that we all have faith in some ways. So, let's see. Where was I at? Okay. I don't know about you, but I do find the anxiety a challenge. I've gotten better, but sometimes my thoughts really lead me a direction of what if, why. The thing hasn't even happened yet, and I'm imagining what's going to happen and what I'm going to do about it, and it's all negative and just goes nah, 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 nah. Okay? Yeah, been there, done that. Okay? So, how do you get yourself out of it? Tougher challenge, but it's worth it. All these things are a waste of energy. No wonder we're stressed out. God's given us instruction and He's left us with ways to help ourselves. There's a lot of things, but there's going to be more than one approach to this. Okay. Have you ever noticed the further away we get from God, the more miserable we are? Yep. Some people I've heard. I used to be of the one of the ones that would say, "Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want." Da 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 da. Well, guess what? Guess what? Wasn't happy then, was I? When you hear yourself saying stuff like that, flag. Think about it. Okay. The most peaceful people have faith. We all have faith. When you sit down, do you check every chair before you sit down, or do you just have faith that it's going to hold you up? Most of the time, I just sit down. I'm usually surprised if it doesn't hold up, which is very rare. Okay, so now you're in an anxious mess. Well, now what do you do? Okay, and here's the 3 simple things that I've come up with. Well, they may not be so simple, but they're 3 things. Get enough nutrition. It sounds so simple to be true, too simple to be true, but start with the basics. Sometimes it really just is. You need to start at the ground floor, okay? We often want to overcomplicate things, and that would be me. Overthinking things is one of my talents. So start with the basics. Get enough nutrition and make sure you're getting it the right way. The right way. Enough of it. Like brain food, the B's, the omega-3s, all that stuff. That helps feed your brain as well as other things. But if your brain's not operating on everything it needs, guess what? It's going to be a whole lot harder to do. Okay, get enough sleep. It affects more than you realize. Focus on the good. In the worst of situations, something will be good. If you have trouble with this, just keep practicing. What a novel concept. Okay. Yeah, I've been through all this stuff. So anyway, leave me a comment, or if you can relate, put relate, like, share if you know somebody that could use this. But anyway, and if it wasn't me that shared this with you, get back to the person who did, because they have a concern for you and they thought enough of you to share it. So get back with them and at least say thank you. So how do I get my nutrition? Because this is what has really helped me. When I am not getting it, I can tell it. The emotions, everything start running. All right, so this is the basement one. This has got a lot of B's, omega-3s, and it's wonderful because it's a patch that just, well, I can't really show it today, sorry. But anyway, it's about this big, an inch big, so you can see compared to my finger how it is, and it sticks on your skin. You can use it for about 8 hours, and it just goes in as your body needs to. You don't see it in the toilet like half an hour later or an hour later being all flushed out. So you want to take something that's not going to just flush away, that it's actually going to do some good in your system, that you're going to notice, because otherwise there's no point to spending the money. So just be careful what you get, and if you have any questions, reply to me. And like I said, I'm happy to help you with anything that I've discussed and explored and researched, because I do enough of it. But I hope it's helped you. I really do. And I hope you have a super sweet week. Bye, everybody.